How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Down the Rabbit Hole. The entire crew is here. On this episode, we're going to be talking about Windbreaker. Currently, the first season came out last year, right? 12 episodes, and then the second season just started. We're 2 episodes in, and this was recommended by Chibi. And yeah, I'm going to hand it off to Chibi.
So to kind of keep a kind of convoluted plot, simple, essentially we have our main character. I think his name is Sakura, right?
How do you not know? You recommended the show.
Like you said, I'm not good with names, but his name is honestly like pretty easy because it's funny to me that it's flower. What is it? Sakura is just flower, right? So I think it's kind of like ironic, but essentially he moves, right? Like into a new town.
Yeah, because he wanted to fight, I think.
Yeah, he wanted to brawl and fight. The plot twist here is he's a first-year high school student, so give or take like 15, 16. And for some reason, this town is notorious for just delinquents and fights. And he wanted to essentially become really strong and go to this high school that is known for just fighting. But he quickly comes to kind of realize that it's not just about fighting and he's not the strongest one out there. So first season really revolves around his high school that he goes to, I think Fuden High, and its beef with the neighboring school district. I'm not even going to attempt to say that district name. It's like She something. Very long name. And first season is just them kind of like fighting it out and yeah. So, before we get into what you thought of it, did anybody have any ideas going into it about what it would be? Because I know personally, my friend Tenchi recommended this to me. I had no idea what it was.
Oh, Tenchi recommended it?
Yeah, he did. He actually has a tattoo of the main character.
Auto ban him. Ban him.
Shit, Tenchi.
I mean, I think the question we should all be asking is, where are the adults?
Listen. We'll get to that.
Is everyone an orphan in this damn show? Like, what's going on?
I am assuming so, just because there seems like, no, there's adults. They just don't know how to run shit. I mean, you have the high school students essentially like protecting them, like, and they're like, "Thank you so much for saving my shop from these delinquents." But it's like,
thank you for potentially killing people, because I'm pretty sure hitting them as hard as you can in the head would cause brain damage.
Yeah, with bats and weapons and stuff, like.
Yeah, in the second season, I think it's it's the first or second episode.
Yeah, it's the first one.
It hit a dude with the back of the head with a bat. I'm like, dude, you're probably not alive right now.
No, like I that happened, and I was like, that's definitely attempted murder. Like, like, what are we doing here? You're 16.
If you've ever watched it, I honestly thought this was like a South Korean manhwa, like an adaptation of it, because a lot of like,
oh yeah, because it is one
the punk Yankee type, like. Like Tokyo Revengers, right? That type of stuff. That's what I kept thinking about. I was like, oh, this is, whatever. I mean, I like I think I think my whole thought was, I'm too old to like understand the melodrama, but the fighting animation is really dope in this. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I agree. I thought initially of Tokyo Revengers, but I never liked Tokyo Revengers because I couldn't get past the idea that they were middle school students.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi plot too.
Yeah, so they were even younger than these kids, and I was like, I could never get past that part, like, honestly. So this is a little bit easier for me to digest.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have Brad go last because Brad has thoughts.
Oh,
right.
Always.
So we're gonna go to Jack first. Jack, you watched it, right? I'm assuming all of us had no expectations going in. Let's be honest.
I didn't really have any expectations for this show. It's
now. There's a lot of melodrama, like I said, Jack. What did you think of the show so far?
I thought it was pretty good so far. I enjoyed a lot of the fighting scenes. They were really good. Cool. I mean, it's well animated. The story wasn't too bad. I agree with you on the whole, where are the adults? They're hanging out at the school, and you don't see any professors or anything like that.
Yeah, no, we're the cops.
Where's the authoritative figures?
So, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay, Chibi, I'm assuming you liked it too when you.
Yes and no. So
here we go.
So I do enjoy the fighting scenes. I thought they were really cool, and I've watched it twice. So the first time I watched it, I remember I really liked it. Like I enjoyed it, I binged it, and then when I rewatched it for for this, I was like, I don't remember it being as like melodramatic. Just kind of like extra. I was like, are you guys serious? Like, what are we doing? I just thought it was like childish, kind
I
of.
mean, where are the hoes? You know what I mean?
Let's get down to it. Where are the adults? Where are the hoes?
I think
Rose
like
before the hose.
Rose before the host. I think like the one thing I liked was I think this is by Cloverworks. I think it's the animation.
Yep.
Oh, really? Okay.
Cloverworks like historically used to do a lot of like romance stuff. And I know that recently they've done like a really good job in terms of their animation. Like their blending between 2D and 3D has been really, really good. So I mean, like I watched it the first time right through, and I was like, okay, I didn't really think anything of it, mainly because I was probably like watching sub and like doing dishes or something. Like,
like kind of multitasking, yeah.
And then I watched it again, and it was in dub, and I was like, your guys' problems are like weird.
Yeah.
you like, I mean, you it's clear that like Sakura is like intensely talented, right? Headstrong. You've seen characters like him before. But I'm like, my only issue with the first season was like, it was kind of like they introduced like these characters, this conflict, and then Furin is like an absolute monster compared to everybody else. Like they destroy everyone.
Yeah.
So it kind of ruined the drama for me when they started going through that little fight during the end of the first season for the last 6 episodes. Where like the pattern was like they never really were challenged, or they got challenged a bit and then they just kind of dominated. And I was kind of waiting for that moment where I'm like, well, Sakura's new, so he can't be that strong, and then he ends up winning anyway. And I'm like, so are we gonna watch them lose? Is like the whole point of the whole first 14 episodes, them kind of beating the shit out of people while learning about each other, which is kind of like, if you think about it, it's kind of unique, right? We learn about each other through fighting. I get it, but it feels like obviously this is not catered toward adults, even though the violence in it is kind of eye-opening. Yeah, it's very brutal.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a lot of times like in that first season, especially like during that fight sequence, I was like, damn, like you're getting the shit beat out of you. I was like,
they're like slamming people's heads into the concrete and shit. I was like, this guy's
it was
dead,
very
right?
brutal, right? That's what I thought. Like, I thought the animation itself was wonderful. Like, I loved it. And I think even in the newer episodes, I was like, damn, this is crisp. Like, transitions were beautiful. Like, just overall, I really like the animation. I think that's what like keeps me going. Story wise, like, I think it's okay. Like, it's not my favorite, not my cup of tea, but like, it keeps me entertained, and I think the visual aspects does it.
I think we've seen this type of show before, and I'll explain my point of view like as we go on, because I compare it kind of to Solo Leveling, and Chiba doesn't like that. So like I'll talk
all I gotta
about
say
that.
is let's talk about those most recent episodes.
We'll talk about that in a second. So
okay.
Brad,
that's my opinion.
I'm glad that you've been patient.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you're here. I asked him to be in his like what's it called? What's the Taekwondo gi? I'm sorry.
It's a gi.
Yeah.
It's a gi.
No, there's like I thought there's another term for it. Like
it starts with a D. I don't remember what it's called. We called it a gi because it was much easier to say.
I was gonna be like, Brad, show up in that so we can talk about the martial arts with you.
I don't have.
But then he immediately responded with, "I have a lot of thoughts about this show." And I'm like, oh, okay. Go ahead, Brad.
So I'm gonna start off with, I do like the art style. Animation's fantastic. There was one fight scene, the second fight scene when so the initial beatdown he gave, and they came back for the second one. Yeah. For some reason, the camera angle for that looked really the camera was like swinging back and forth.
Swung back, yeah, that was.
I didn't like that because it made the 2D characters look very 2D. They looked like paper, like flowing through the 3D. It looked really bad. Outside of that fight scene, everything else was fantastic. However, it's a really stupid premise for a show. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. This is society would not survive. I don't understand. Like, I think we've seen 3 adults. There was the grandpa that walked into the diner, the grandpa or the grandma that they help later. There's the 2 guys at the bakery. That's like all the adults. Like, there's a school there's like a school district that's run by the children. Like, the one administrator is just a older child.
I forgot about that. I was like, yeah, what are they learning in class? Like, where's
they're learning how to beat each other's asses.
Their only rival school is actually just a gang that's across the railroad tracks. Like I don't get it. Like it just none of this makes sense. There's no police. There's no military.
These kids how to do taxes.
Apparently there's no government, because you would think there would be like martial law set at some point to like protect the citizens. I don't like none of it. Just and then you get to the main character that apparently was raised by wolves because he has no social cues whatsoever.
Oh yeah, doesn't know how to use a phone, no contacts in a phone.
Well, it's like he has no like he inadvertently, accidentally has social interactions with people, right?
Oh,
he's like he's just trying to fight the stronger person, so he like accidentally saves other people.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not here for you. And some of the comments I saw was like, there's cool character development. No, because in the very first episode of the second season, he does the exact same thing. He just like walks past everyone to go fight the strong dude and gets punched in the back of the head by the second class dude, or the second year guy. Like
with a bat.
It was like, but it's like I don't know. The story is just bonkers. Like none of it makes sense. I like a lot of the characters. A lot of the characters are really cool. The main character, he's very Asta. He's very
he reminded me of
Asta. He just yells for no reason.
And then I can see that. His first friend that he gets reminds me of Zenitsu.
Oh yeah, like the crybaby.
Right? Yeah. So I have like a beef with this kid. Not because like I don't think he's like a good comic relief, but dude, why are you showing up if you can't fight? How are you surrounded? I feel like
you're liability at that point.
How are you surrounded by so many capable fighters and you can't throw a punch, bro?
How did he get in the school?
When we got to the first episode of the second season, and he got like when he tackled that little boy, I was like, he's gonna die, right? Like they're gonna stomp the life out of him. Like there's no
You're gonna die.
I was
keep going, Brad.
Is Ken going out for everyone else? Or is that me? That might be me.
It's just you.
He did a little bit.
Okay. All right. Let's see. They go into pretty much everyone's backstory except for the main character. They just explain nothing other than he was just abused apparently by every person around him, that not a single person had any ounce of empathy. And then during the little tournament thing, like every other character shows their background except for him. I don't know why. Every fight has some type of like mental crisis and philosophical reawakening in it, which makes no sense. I did like where he's like go have a conversation with this guy, and then he's like you did it, you had your first dialogue, and he's like we didn't say anything. He's like, did you think the fists were going to start talking? I thought that was kind of funny. But,
that was good. Yeah.
I don't know, the top guy on the rival school, I'm not going to pronounce that name either. The yellow jacket dude.
The crybaby.
That dude was absolutely like
deranged,
removed from reality. Like anything he said did not make sense.
Yeah, that's a good word.
I didn't like nothing like pathed correctly to his outcomes to anything.
That begs the question, right? Like where are the parents? Like where are the
like someone has sympathy for him.
Like someone has to like put their like even with the his right hand man, right? Mm-hmm. Old boy who like I'm like when he was talking, I was like, are you like 30? Like what's going on here? Like why
he was 30?
Are you kids like all having existential crisis because adults aren't in your life? I get it, you know what I mean? But I'm like, it felt like you had to kind of like suspend. It's too hard to suspend disbelief for too long. Be like, okay, cool, so we're living in this lawless ass town where teenagers run everything. Sure, how does your economy work? Like, who has jobs? How are you guys getting paid?
It's all from the cafe, bro. They're funneling money to these kids.
There's money in the banana stand, Michael. Like that's what I'll get.
They're all secret drug runners.
Yeah,
I mean something, right? I mean, you like. It always feels like I don't know if you guys have ever played the Yakuza series, their games, right? That's what it kind of felt like. Where like Kiryu would show up, beat the absolute shit out of people, and I'm like, where are the cops? Like Kiryu just stabbed somebody. Like beat a man half to death and just walked away as if nothing happened. And I've always noticed it's like in these types of shows, it's like my beef, right? It's like you have fantastic animation, and then I'm like, I don't like the melodrama is fine if it makes sense. So, Brad, thanks for pointing that out, because like a lot of it, you're like,
yeah,
what are you fighting for? Like, what is it? Is everyone just like
pride?
Is everyone just like hurt, like emotionally? Like, does no one not have parents to talk to? I think one of them's, I think the head of the high school, they stated he's an orphan.
Yeah.
And
and he's like the most normal character out of all of them.
I guess, but he's also like this vicious fighter as well, right? Like I guess he's the adult. Maybe he's like 30 and just never like grew up, right?
He's like, like Peter Pan,
He's Matthew McConaughey from like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But like I was watching it, I was like, there's gotta be some like weird setup that we're not seeing yet. Maybe it's just like,
maybe we'll get it second season.
Maybe it's showing. That's what I'm saying. Like, because I feel like the first season was like, let's introduce the characters. And I'm like, cool. Let's introduce how strong they are. All right, cool. So what's next?
Right. So that was my thing. Is they really introduced all the characters, but the main character, you still don't know where he came from. Why he's just hell bent on being the strongest person, or.
I think my beef with Sakura is like his obsession with like his facial features, but everyone's like treating him like he's a person, but him not seeing that. And then you are right, the fights are like, I'm like, brother, we get it. Like, how are you that hard-headed where you're getting into a fight and not realizing that there's growth there? You know what I mean? That you're being a good person. It's like, I get it. I really do think that like most of Windbreaker tailored to kids, teenagers, right? Some young adults. But like the violence in it feels so sudden and such a huge swerve to something else. Like they're beating the absolute shit out of each other. Yeah. Like the stakes were huge when you're seeing like, I mean, they had a fight where a dude got beaten so badly where they like dragged the dude off the stage to like go pick him up.
Oh yeah. No, that shit was crazy. I was
get him off the stage.
Is he dead? Like, I was
and then
what the fuck?
When the little dude like kicked his second right hand man like so hard, like knocked him off. Is he dead? Like, oh my god, he killed him.
Yeah, and everyone's like so nonchalant, and I'm here like, oh my god, we just witnessed a fucking murder.
So another thing, this is kind of a personal thing. It's not really. I don't think it would benefit the show, but like there are no injuries whatsoever. They just get up and they're just like they have like a rash. They don't lose teeth. They don't break bones.
What do you mean,
they get beat with with literal barbed wire bats, and it's like
he wants blood.
I love the fact that like old boy got hit in the head. Sakura got like smashed over the head with a bat, bleeding, and he's like still fighting. I'm like, what is like, dude? You should be like at least a bit injured, dude.
Right.
Like the dude fell down the stairs and like landed on his neck. Was unconscious.
Oh yeah. Like there ain't no way.
I thought he was dead, bro. They hit him so hard. And then like the other thing was like when they were going to save the kid, right? And like he looked like he was near death. That's the fate. By the way, when they draw those lines on the character's eyes and stuff like that, that's a character near death. That's a character who's like experiencing blood loss, maybe a lost limb or two. And he's like, they hit me hard, bro.
They hurt me.
Yeah. They done smacked me real good. I don't know why you saved me. It's like, dude, what do you like? Did you not want it? Like, you don't know why they saved you. Like, I don't know either, man. They just kind of showed up because some girl was crying about you, dude. I don't know, man. This whole wacky world. Like, are you like? I feel like this is like somebody sat there and said, you know, it'd be a dope RPG one day. It'll be a cool video game if I like set it in this lawless world. But instead of that, let's just make it a manga and let's make it an anime. So So what do you guys do over there? I don't know, man. We fight.
No, I was like, what if they're like mutated humans and they're just like really, indestructible?
They have to be.
like that's what we're gonna get second season. You think it's a normal society?
That when you're watching these kids fight, right? Everyone, it's one of those things where they do this trope in like fighting anime or battle anime where it's like the one bad guy can stare. He's like, those 4 guys are tough. We got to stop them first. I'm like, yeah, well, they look different from everybody else because they have different outfits. That's the shonen trope, right? It's like if that person has different colored hair or is wearing clothes that are like completely excessive, they're gonna kill you. Like that's just how this works. I'm waiting for someone to get stabbed and die. Like I'm serious.
So actually, in the second episode of the new season, I honestly thought that Neri was going to be. I assumed
said that. I was going to kill him.
Yeah. Well, so no. So I assumed before he lost the battle, the main kill guy, he was going to pull a gun and just shoot the weakest person there. I honestly thought he was just going to go, "I'm this crazy." And it just didn't happen. It just wasn't there.
Well, I mean, like that was kind of my expectation. I was like, well, someone's gonna get stabbed, right? Like we have to. They escalate. They went from hand-to-hand combat to weapons. So I expect knives next, and then someone's gonna have a machete. Someone's gonna pull out like a fucking morning star.
Oh my god! Just like a katana comes out of nowhere.
And then the Uzis show up in the finale.
I mean, I'm usually fine with like these are the types of animes that are like simple, right? But like it felt like the drama. I know they tried to add it to give more depth to characters, and Brad is right.
Yeah,
Sakura is like a character who I'm like, I wonder if they're going to introduce more about him in the second season. I don't know why they didn't put more on him, because I get that like what they try to do is like take this kid who is essentially, I don't know, like homeless, secluded, whatever, and they've kind of pushed him along, but like he's not showing any of the development. You're seeing cracks, but like, is this like a slow growth type thing? Like, is that how we're gonna play it? We're gonna do the slow burn type stuff. I mean, look, I think the animation's cool, but like, I just every time they go into like this philosophical battle, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Just fight! Just stop talking!
Shut up! Talk with your hands.
You do a 360 kick." Hit him, break his arm or something. Yeah, I'm actually. That's a good point, Brad. I was waiting for someone. I didn't notice that nobody broke their arm trying to block one of these.
No, that's
like,
a good point too. Yeah, I didn't think of
meteoric impact shots.
Well, so the one guy with the barbed wire bat, I'm like, he's going to mess somebody up. I don't care how hard you block.
Brad got really excited. He's like, we're watching The Walking Dead right now. We're gonna eat somebody. Yeah. It's like no one died. Like. Dude, when they celebrated at the end of the second episode, and this is also my problem, is that once again we have like these mini arcs that I assume are setting up for something big, like maybe a conflict between Sakura and the kid with the lollipop. I can't remember his name. Like maybe there's gonna be some beef there, right? Or maybe like some acceptance. But like I'm not invested in the characters yet. I'm more invested to see like if the story ever shows something different. Because right now it's like who's hitting who? Why has nobody died? You ever seen that meme? You ever seen that gif of like the that one ref with his eyes wide open when he's watched the box match? He's like, oh shit.
No,
that's me watching the fights. Like who's hitting who here?
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I'm waiting. I'm glad I was like, what, dude, the whole time I was like, I was so nervous to like, man, maybe Chibi really loves this show. She's really big into like characters who are like, you know, underdogs, but I don't know if Sakura is an underdog because
I wouldn't say he's an
absolute monster.
No, I wouldn't say he's an underdog. I definitely like his character. I agree. I don't think it's as character development heavy as what some people are saying. I mean, I could say changes, but like I don't think there's a lot of progression there. I think he's still really learning. But no, I would definitely not say he's an underdog.
Yeah. I think it's kind of weird that they don't give him like a specific like fight style. Like everyone, I feel like everyone else kind of has like their thing, and he's just like good at fighting.
Yeah. I can do everything.
I could
because Suo is one. He's probably my favorite character.
Oh, I was gonna say honestly, same. Yeah.
And you know,
which one's that one?
The eye patch kid.
Yeah.
Making fun of me for double checking Sakura's main name, man.
I don't know. I literally admitted in our chat. I don't remember anybody.
Yeah, I'm saying you gave me beef for it.
I've got the wiki up. I have all the pictures of all the characters
associated with the names. Yeah.
When Brad like interjected with the name, and I was like, "Dude, you're looking that up." Like, there's no way.
There's no way.
You don't remember none of these names.
Suo is probably the easiest one to remember. I mean, because it's 3 letters. I will say I did enjoy the dub more than the sub in this one.
Oh, really? I didn't try the dub.
So to me the sub, they just sounded like old men. They did not seem like 15-year-olds or 16-year-olds.
That is an issue in a lot of like a lot of anime when they have like teenagers and stuff like that. It's like, you know, the slice of life dramas. Like sometimes they sound like, I'm like, are you 40, dude? Like,
yeah, probably.
You've done nothing. Like, what's going on? Not these kids though. These kids have been through the ringer. I don't know.
I mean, okay, I guess that's kind of fair. Like, I guess that fits the narrative. That
you know what? I wonder if this is like. You guys ever watch the movie Battle Royale, the Japanese film?
That was one of my. Can we watch that one day?
Yeah, I wonder if they're like. I mean, it's rated R.
Jack, you would love it. You would love it.
Okay,
it's very violent, very dark.
Yeah, it's so good.
My thought is maybe this is like a penal colony, right? Like a prison colony, and they're just like they haven't talked about it yet. Like this is where we were shipped off to or something.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay,
it's like a subsection.
School's a juvenile school or something like that.
I just want something that kind of makes sense. I get if you want to frame it like it's in Japan.
It's like Australia, where they ship all the criminals. So like even all the adults are like criminals, but they're like dying off.
Literally, you could have just. I mean, that makes sense. You could also said it was Okinawa back in the day because it was a penal colony before it actually became a part of Japan.
True, I forgot about that.
All the prisoners to Okinawa.
Yeah, I forgot about
Which
that.
is why Okinawan Japanese people and mainlanders do not get along at all.
Nope. They say they are not Japanese.
They do not like each other.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, I want to see more world building. Yeah. I feel like the world building mostly is like, hey, this guy fights this way. Let's have all the characters in a line. Please stand in a row, please. You kick that guy's ass. You keep coming through, right? All of them are there. They say they're teenagers. They're probably in their mid to late 20s,
and we just can't tell.
We just can't tell because they're beating the crap out of each other. But like I said, I like it. I just don't like. I just don't want to think about it too much. But it's trying to come off with like some philosophical ideas. Like, let's think about the why we fight. It's like, I don't know about that, dude. Like, maybe you guys have to fight to survive because that's what it feels like. Maybe fighting is currency in this. Like,
right. That's how you make money.
Yeah.
What's going on? Yeah, they're taking on mercenary jobs to beat the shit out of other kids to get paid. I'm gonna give you $10,000 if you go and mess that school up.
I was gonna say no. I'll give you free dinner.
Like, is there like I have to? Now, this anime unfortunately has not made me interested enough to actually look into the manga. I wonder if the manga is gonna have like answers for me. Maybe I'm curious. Yeah, more, maybe I'll get it more.
Maybe I gotta ask Tenchi. Tenchi, give me the details.
Tell him the details, or he can go away. You know what I'm saying? It's good.
Time to.
It's been out since 2021, I think. I don't know how many chapters there are.
There are.
But the way that
175.
There's 175 chapters already.
Yep. There's 20 volumes.
Golly, all right.
Yeah, we are in the second story arc, and there are 7 story arcs. So
okay,
and one just says Umamiya's backstory arc, which bothers me that there's a entire arc to his backstory.
He said, "Oh no, oh no,
oh no." That means they're gonna have a moment where he's like on near death or something, right, in a fight, and then they just do a whole flashback.
Bro, he's gonna get stabbed.
No. He's hitting the age limit, right? It's his 19th birthday. That's when they die off. That's
when they die. But they
get shipped off to.
But they don't just die, right? They grow up into a ball, and then they become a Japanese salaryman. They walk to Tokyo, and they get on the train and shit like that.
I'm sure there's going to be at least one person listening to this that has read the entire manga or manga, and they're going to be like, "These people are nuts. They know nothing about anything."
We're gonna get roasted.
It's like first off, you don't understand the subtle nuances of the fighting, right? Every move they make is like it talks about their character. It's like
there's a meaning to every punch.
It's like chill. You can barely read. All right? They have pictures. They have pictures, my man. Chill. Does anyone look? I kind of also want to talk about other shows too, because it is the start of a new season. I'm just saying, like, I don't really have much else to add to this show, and I think we've kind of like beaten some of the logic to death.
Yeah, I mean, overall, good experience.
I mean, so if you really want to watch a really well animated fight anime,
yeah, it's really good.
1000%, I recommend this show. Like some of the fights in here are like some of the best hand-to-hand combat I've seen. And that was seriously impressive. I was like, that's a way to make a good impression. Some of the humor, I mean, it's very tropey. It's very cliched as far as anime goes. But if you're looking for a more lighthearted Tokyo Revengers where you're not having to follow kids murdering each other,
that shit's crazy.
You can watch Windbreaker instead. So we are Solo Leveling's finished up. Apothecary Diaries season 2 is finished up. there's a new anime called Lazarus by Shinichiro Watanabe. He's from the creator of Cowboy Bebop.
Oh.
Samurai Champloo and a lot of others. Holy crap! Terror and Resonance, Kids on the Slope. His background
Does
is
Devil May
fantastic.
Cry count as a anime?
Devil May Cry does count as an anime. I'm a fan. I've watched that. I'm a fan of the video game series, and a lot of people were not happy with some of the way things were adapted, but it's kind of a prequel to the first game.
Gotcha.
I thought it was fantastic. I did. I love a lot of the changes to it. So really good. The animation's off the charts good too. Some of the 3D stuff's kind of iffy, but yeah, Lazarus came out 2 episodes. The very first episode has some of the best in terms of parkour action I have ever seen in an anime ever. It is so well done.
I've been meaning to watch this. Sorry to cut you off. I did see clips of it and it looked really nice. It really feels this kind of I saw some reviews where people were like, it kind of floats around in terms of the way it does its plot. I'm like, but that's kind of the way Shinichiro Watanabe does almost all of his shows. Cowboy Bebop really doesn't start making sense until the last 6 or 7 episodes. Samurai Champloo is the same way. Yeah,
you have
kind of
the first 3 are okay, we're getting into an arc, and then it's all right, cool, they're just traveling. Okay. And then eventually you're hey, episode 18, we're fucking here. All right? Now we're here. Now we're gonna fight the bad guys. And it's holy shit, what just happened? So you want to talk solo leveling? You want to do the end of the season stuff? I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something that's gonna upset you.
Oh, you fucker! Did we all watch it?
Oh no, we don't have to talk about the episode. I just want to. Yeah. Did you watch it yet, Jack? Solo leveling? The final. Yeah. So here's my thing. I have come to the conclusion.
It's garbage.
No. I've come to the conclusion why I don't vibe with solo leveling. It's the same feeling I had with Windbreaker.
Because you don't know the names.
I feel that one too. I feel like that show is a Hollywood blockbuster popcorn film that has whose plot is as thin as possible. And I feel like the way I was watching Windbreaker was oh, this kind of makes me feel the way I felt about watching Solo Leveling. I love the animation. I think the animation's A+. I think the main character is white bread. I feel like, Chibi, when I watched this arc that you had hyped me up about, I was so he's gonna get his ass beat here. And then he just did not. He just started fucking that dude up, and I was I hope Chibi lied to me.
You ruined it for me because I've read it, so I know what's going on. And then as that scene is happening, I'm I just fucking hear Ken in my head being he's not getting beat up, Chibi. Where's the conflict, Chibi? Where do we go?
That's my thing though, because and even in
he's too overpowered, Chibi.
Even in Windbreaker, there was a point where I thought Sakura was going to lose because he was getting his ass beat until he had that second breath, right? Until they got to that second arc of the fight.
I don't know. I think that was the other dude just giving up.
That could too.
Yeah, he definitely gave up.
But the thing about solo leveling is at no point in time have I felt in the anime that he's been challenged. But I get why people are hyped about the show because the animation is literally consistently A+. I have not seen a bad episode of that show. And I was just watching it and being oh, neat. So I thought Chibi, I was oh, neat. So Chibi lied to me. She said there was going to be a challenge here. She lied to me.
I'm just saying, in the manga, it's a little bit more drawn out, time-wise, so
but I love the fact that every comment I have read about solo leveling, because for those who don't know, Crunchyroll had their anime awards and they were doing their voting, and a lot of people saw that solo leveling was up for vote, and a lot of people were fucking debating because it was going up against Delicious in Dungeon, Frieren, Apothecary Diaries, and people were out of those 5, there's another anime. It's probably bad that I forgot about it because people were what are you talking about? Out of those 5, I kept hearing people be solo leveling is 5th out of all of them. And I was kind of surprised to read some of those comments because I was oh. But then I kept going further down. They're yeah, solo leveling is cool to look at, but it is very, very much empty calories. And I was that makes sense.
That's the best kind, though. So
Bradford knows he loves food, baby girl. But that was my thing as I'm watching the show. I was yeah, like there's so much cool stuff happening. It just reminded me of like the first time I watched Transformers 2 in theaters. I was like, oh, this is neat.
How
I was
fucking
like,
dare you?
I was like,
How
this is.
fucking dare you?
I was like, that was neat. All right. Anyway,
I'm coming
It's
through
like-
this through this screen.
that's basically how I felt. I was like, oh, that was cool. They were hitting people.
I hate you.
But I
agree to
could
disagree here.
I could not get over that part though.
Yeah, that's
like
so
I really
funny.
tried because like
Yeah,
you
that's
can
fair.
watch something like Naruto, right? Naruto had some major flaws. Like you and I will agree on that. There's a lot of filler.
Yeah.
But when their arcs started hitting, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
really good. Like
Yeah.
I recommend like the Kakashi Obito. That's
Yeah.
just like some of the best I've seen in anime, right? But I get to Solo Leveling, I'm like, he's gonna die, right? There's gonna be like a
See, when
moment
you
where
put
he
it
gets
that way, I
stabbed.
definitely can see it. Like, I think for me, I like the overall concept of just like the whole thing about like how he went from being so weak, like the weakest one, getting this opportunity for something like not in this realm, you know what I mean? And like continually leveling. I think I liked that concept, but I understand like when you kind of compare it that way, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel the same as like what Naruto did for me, or like, you know, those types where you see the struggle, you see, and you don't know, are they gonna win?
Well, like my primary beef was like, I think Solo Leveling came out too late in like the cycle of Isekai,
Yeah.
because we got to a point where like I think by the time Solo Leveling came out, I want to say there was like 15 to 16 Isekai that came out where it was like a character who was weak and then became super powerful, right? The difference is like that character, unlike, you know, other Isekai like Mushoku Tensei, right, where you're reborn into another world and you become OP. Basically, this character like gets murdered and then fucking comes back more powerful than ever, right?
Mhm.
I feel like when you if you love, like if you want to take out power scaling, right? Like you've kind of seen this before though, where a character is just completely dominant the entire time. But other anime have done it different. Like Mob Psycho is like the character is clearly one of the most powerful characters in the show, but there's a real struggle with this character. He doesn't really...
Yeah, don't talk about Mob Psycho.
Yeah, Mob Psycho's
seriously.
fantastic, by the way. Mob Psycho's fantastic. And then you also have like something like I'm trying to think like another anime that's just like it, but it's like you've seen these types of shows before. I just feel like Solo Leveling came too late for me to kind of be like, yeah, I get the hype, because I was wondering about that as well. I was like, you know, I don't know why it took so long, you know, because you had Tower of God. You had Tower of God, and you had like
when did the manhwa come out? Let me see.
King of High School, I think that's what it was called. It was like that.
No. Ah, fuck, I know which one you're talking about.
God of High School.
God of High School or something. Yeah.
Something. But like you just kind of got to that point where it felt like, yeah, he's a cool character. But
Yeah.
like, I just want more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
it
felt
came out in
I felt the same.
2016.
I felt the same way about Yu-Gi-Oh. Because
Same,
he just
dude.
had the heart of the cards. And
Hold
it's
on,
like, how do you beat that?
hold on. He loses sometimes, bro. Okay.
He said, "Put some respect."
I think he lost to Kaiba the first time, if I remember right. I can't remember.
Because he had the cheat and eye thing. I mean, that was
That
not
is
his
true.
fault.
He did cheat during that. That's correct.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was like a licensing thing, or like the creator didn't want it. And I mean, I don't know, because it did come out in 2016. So I mean, it's been a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Almost
Like,
10 years.
by the time you got to it coming out, there was like so many other shows that literally were the same thing. They just were like, they differed in quality.
Yeah.
It's clear that Solo Leveling has like some of the best animation you've like ever seen consistently. It's literally like Fate Stay Night. I was like, who animated this? Was it eFotable? I think they created a studio just for this show, if I'm right. But yeah, I mean, I totally got. I just want. I was gonna say like Chibi. I like the Apothecary Diary season 2. That was really good.
I need to watch it. I have not watched it.
I haven't seen any of that one.
That's a great show, dude.
I need to. Oh, it's so good. I just haven't had time. So I need you to yell at me to watch these shows, please. Thank you.
I just see people beefing about it though. It was really weird because people are like, "Oh,
why?" Because
there are some people who don't like just like strictly like drama. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, but Mao Mao is a great character. Yeah, well,
Mao Mao is great. I love her inquisitiveness. Like,
I don't understand. Can I say something? I don't understand how Brad's like, I don't like straight drama. You've played the Final Fantasy games, dude. Like they're all super melodramatic.
You love that.
And you love 16. Drama. Don't even lie. You love 16, and that was like kind of devoid of humor.
Yeah, that is that is true.
That was devoid of humor, right?
You got caught.
Certain characters get killed.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's interesting. There's another anime that just came out too. And there's kind of a trend happening, by the way, where they're adapting shows with like older protagonists in it.
Oh, really?
There's a show on Amazon that just came out where it's like an
Sakamoto Days.
No, not Sakamoto.
I actually watched the first episode of Sakamoto Days. I thought it was okay.
I was very upset with how like the animation's like it upsets me kind of now. I understand why the fan base is pissed. I was like, why is this not as great as I thought it'd be? But it was one of those. It's a show like where the guy's like a swordsman. He's like a teacher, but like the way they talk about him, it's like he's actually dominant. But he's like in his 30s, and he gets petitioned by like his former students to like teach in the capital. And the animation, I was like, oh, this is kind of like one of those like slice of life, whatever. And then they showed the fight scene between the character in the training scene. I was like, that is amazing. What the hell? Like, why is he like the character jumps up to do like the spin, and I was like, that's CG, but I can clearly tell that's just really good.
Okay.
Jack, what did you think of Solo Leveling's second half, buddy?
I can agree.
When he fought the bug.
Fought the bug.
The ant boy.
The bugs.
It is one of them shows where it's like you watch it and it's like, that's cool as shit to see. But I can understand your argument with, he doesn't really ever face a true challenge. He's appeared to be challenged at some point, but
I think Chibi likes it because she watches K-dramas on the side, and they always have those moments.
I haven't watched him in years. I don't got time to watch hour-long episodes.
But I need you to admit this to me, Chibi. In K-dramas, you always have that one character. They come off as a nerd at first, and they do the time flip or whatever, and they're like the successful businessman with their hair slicked back, the black jacket on, and stuff like that. I'm like, so that's who the main character is. Solo Leveling is. It's a K-drama.
What can I say? I like pretty characters.
It's literally, look, listen, we asked for like fan service, right?
I love it. I'll eat that shit up.
There is a disparity, right? With like fan service, there's always like more women than there are men, and now you have more men.
I'm not complaining about that either, but
and Chibi hasn't watched Devil May Cry, but you can look it up, and there's a whole fan service moment where she like one of the characters is trying to check if like Dante's a demon, rips his shirt off, and he's got like an 8-pack and a shirt and stuff like that, and he has silver hair. Yeah.
Oh, you had me at the latter half.
I do want to watch Devil May Cry after this. That's like my show because I think I told Jack about it. I don't know.
You want to send me that link?
It's on the Netflix. It's on the Netflix.
Send me that clip.
It's like in the first 2 episodes, I think.
Heard.
I would definitely recommend watching a new season of Black Mirror also.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay.
That's not an anime though.
I don't give a fuck.
Damn. All right. Brett said.
This man,
that ain't an anime.
Leaning back in his chair like an asshole.
Put on.
Well, I mean, like, so we can watch Devil May Cry for pixelated thoughts because it is a video game.
Okay.
And then we can, and then I don't know, I could choose the anime too if you guys want to watch something. If you guys have an idea,
whose turn is it? I don't know.
It would be mine, but I'm like Devil May Cry is kind of like an anime, but it's also a video game adaptation.
Pick something else.
Yo, relax, dude. I had
Samurai
jumping on everybody.
I had Samurai Champloo in mind, which is something I wanted everyone to watch.
Yeah.
And we can watch up to the part where like I think it's like episode 13 where they do like the typical like, hey, here's what you missed in the first like 12 episodes or some shit.
Bruh, I hate those.
I mean, that's what Cartoon Network did back in the day.
Yeah, no, they did. Yeah, I remember that was like Samurai Jack and shit.
Yeah. So like, it's funny because what makes Shinichiro Watanabe stand out outside of like the way he directs action is like his use of music. So Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love that type. That's like my favorite.
Bebop was jazz. Samurai Champloo is hip hop.
Oh, so good.
I think Kids on a Slope is like classical. Terran Resonance was kind of like techno-ish. And then he did an entire anime about music, which was really cool. And then Lazarus, I think, is like jazz blended with something else. But like, if you have access to Max or wherever you can pirate some of this anime, I recommend watching Lazarus's like first two episodes. Like they're really good.
It looks really good. Okay.
They're dubbed for Jack's pleasure, buddy, so he doesn't have to read. Jack's looking, he's like, the? He's like pausing it to sound like, hold on, this is a really important exposition part. What does that say? He's like,
Jack, yay, anime.
Jack pulls out the bifocals, like, hold on now. There's some plot exposition here.
He has text to speech on.
And then they
brother,
fought.
You know you've got. Oh, dude, that'd be so bad. He swings his right fist and spins.
Out and
I wouldn't be able to do it. Nope.
Did anyone know what the? I found out what the other anime of the year one. It was Dandadan.
Oh, Dandadan. I still need to finish the whole thing.
Yeah,
I don't remember if I finished it.
Second season is June and stuff like that.
Heard it.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because like I feel like it's kind of weird that they split it up the way they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do know that the Demon Slayer movies are out in September.
I can't wait.
I'm
waiting on
Demon Slayer.
I think Chainsaw Man's.
That's a movie
I think
too.
that,
I think.
Yeah, I think that one is. I thought
July.
That's July. Yeah,
I think so.
No, my birthday month.
I'm curious to see. Is Spy vs. Family coming back? Spy Family?
Anya.
I don't know if
Dude, did you guys see the movie?
Didn't watch it yet.
Oh, God, I need you to take your child to that movie. I need you to take your child to that movie. It is the funniest thing.
I don't think it's showing in theaters anymore.
No, I went to see it in theaters. You need to just watch it wherever you can.
I think the time you told me was like October.
When I tell you, it is one of the funniest things I watched in a long time. I haven't had something genuinely make me start crying, laughing. I'm serious. There is like this 10-minute bit that is just unhinged, and it is so funny for no reason.
Did I watch anything that was like recent?
I need it. Can we just do an episode on that? Like that'll be my next thing.
If we can, if you can find a link for the movie,
I will find it. It is so.
Oh, you know, it's funny. There's a show called The Beginning After the End. I like people.
Jacques, one of favorite manhwas, and he is very upset about it.
He's very mad. So I watched the first episode for the animation. It is like Blue Lock season 2 level of bad. It is
he's
not
very
good.
upset. Him and Colby.
I thought it was really funny because I was like reading the hype about it. So I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be really good. And I was like, oh, no. I was like, why?
Is that the one they're trying to like petition to cancel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is crazy. Yeah. Oh, dude, people are like really, really mad about this anime. It's like remember when Blue Lock season 2 first showed up, and we're like, so why are they have like PNGs and shit like?
Yeah, I didn't even give that one a shot. I was like, I heard things about it, and I was like, no, thank you.
Let's see, what else did I watch though? Oh, Fire Force is back, by the way. So Fire Force
season 3. I need to watch it. I love Fire Force.
The final season, so that's back. Dude. That's gonna be great. I think
I gotta get abs still, so I can cosplay Maki and Tamaki, and I gotta get my arms swole again.
There's a show. Black Butler has like its 8th season or something like. I don't know what that.
I've given up on that.
There is a show called Kowloon Generic Romance. So it's a sci-fi.
Checks out.
It's a sci-fi romance, and I watched the first episode and when I need to read the manga, and I was like, holy shit, this manga goes to places where I did not think it was gonna go. It becomes like a whole mystery. It's really good. I was very surprised. Let's see. What'd you watch, Brad? You watch something?
Oh,
did you watch something, Brad?
I did.
Shangri-La Frontier season 2?
I've not done that yet. I watched the first I watched the first 2 episodes. No, I just a random thing. So I was sick last weekend, and Saturday I watched all of Skeleton Knight in Another World.
Oh yeah.
I actually really liked it. I was like, crap, this is actually pretty cool.
It's a wholesome anime.
I don't think I've seen that.
What the fuck? I think we were trying to recommend that, right? Or
maybe I don't.
Was it? It was one. It was one of the ones that like Jack watched, looked at the poster or whatever, and was like, you know what, boys, we can watch this one. This one's gonna be good. Let's see. My Hero Academia Vigilantes came out, which I think is 5 years set before the actual timeline for MHA.
Bro, I can't.
It's a toxic fan base, I understand. I think Rurouni Kenshin finished up its second season. Let's see what else.
And I started watching Handyman Sato in Another World.
What is that? A comedy? That's a comedy. Right?
So it's actually really good past like the first 2 episodes because they introduce every character for some reason in the first 2 episodes. So it's like 2 minutes dedicated to a person. But yeah, it's I would say it's kind of like Uncle in Another Dimension
World.
or whatever that one was.
Love that anime, Uncle from Another Uncle in Another World.
So I would say it's got humor like that, but it's kind of like Delicious in Dungeon in the like kind of the story.
Oh, okay.
It's like
but it's not better than Delicious in Dungeon because
it's
outside of Frieren, nothing's better.
Peak.
I have a question, Brad. Do you end up finishing Zenshu?
No, I did watch a few more episodes. I think I only got to like 6 or 7.
I think the ending, the last couple episodes were really good. Probably Mappa's. It's weird because once again, for those who don't know, Zenshu is it's Mappa's latest project. It's an original project in which like the main character is a manga artist she is an anime director who dies, gets transported into another world. She's an artist.
But how does she die?
She chokes on food.
Damn, that's a little way to go out, man. That kind of sucks.
But the crazy thing is that like the animation is insane. It's fantastic. It's just like when they showcased the first trailer, it didn't look like it was going to be an isekai. It was like kind of like maybe a comedic slice of life into a creator and stuff like that, right? It ends up wrapping up, I think, kind of well, but it was just one of those things where I was like, I was telling Brad how upset I was when I first watched the show because I was like, why did we go become an isekai, bro? And he was like, well, it says there on the tags. I'm like, I don't give a shit, Brad. I don't give a shit. It should have been an isekai in the first place.
It was cool. I didn't care for that main guy though. Like he was kind of an asshole to begin with.
He looks like a character out of Ni no Kuni. He looks like one of the main characters of a Ghibli anime and stuff.
So there was one scene in the 3rd or 4th episode. He was wearing some type of like uniform, and he looked like Link. He looked like Link with the blue
his blue Hyrule armor and stuff like that. Yeah. There's another anime called To Be Hero X, which got a lot of press because like the first episode was really crazy. I think the second episode not so much. Really unique like animation style. It kind of has like it looks like kind of like Spider-Verse type. Pretty good. Jack, have you watched anything new?
In terms of anime, no.
Just Black Mirror.
Just been finishing up what I've been trying to finish.
What have you been trying to finish?
Well, Solo Leveling was one of them.
Right.
And then I went and finished Demon Slayer.
Right.
Because I was behind on that. Which I want to know why are you giving up on Demon Slayer, Chibi?
I don't know, man.
It's too much.
I need them to just end it. Like there's not that much. I know, but they're dragging it out with movies, dog. Just do one more season, call it a day. Like
here's the way I see it, right? Demon Slayer is wildly popular for a reason, and people are and even it doesn't
that
matter.
Reason is stupid.
How upset people are about like the arcs and stuff, and how much they don't like Tanjiro. It doesn't matter. Like the show is stupidly popular, and you and I correctly like guessed that they would put movies for the last I'm assuming the last arc.
Yeah, there should only be one.
There should,
There should only be one.
And like I was thinking, like they
That
could
shit
like.
goes fast.
I'm assuming they could have been like a supersized thing, like a 24 episode arc.
Yeah,
like straight up.
I think it would have been fine.
Because I think every single segment could be broken up into 8 episodes, and then you could have been the last 8 was essentially the final battle.
Yeah,
Nice.
I could see that.
That's essentially That's essentially what's going to happen with JJK. So
I'm giving up on that too.
when JJK eventually drops the Culling Games arc, the amount
Shit's
of
going
discourse, the amount of discourse that's going to show up is going to be super toxic, because the arc that follows the Culling Games is going to be even more toxic, and that's when the the JJK fandom has like legitimately fought themselves because of how it ended. Like the memes were epic. Love that shit. But yeah, that's what people can expect.
Heard. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those where I do enjoy Demon Slayer, but I think I'm just over them extending it, and I just I want to see it. I just want to see it.
Well, I mean, we're gonna get there.
No, I know. I'm just
talk to me, Brad.
I did watch one anime in theaters.
Oh.
Princess Mononoke.
Hey,
4K IMAX.
Nice.
Here's a good question. Jack,
what?
Have you watched any Studio Ghibli films?
I don't think I have.
All right, let's take.
So I convinced Chris.
I got vote to get this motherfucker.
I convinced Chris to go with me to watch it, and I told him, well, I don't think so. He did seem involved. I told him there's like some notable voice actors in the movie. Totally forgot to look up if it was dubbed or not. It was definitely subbed. So I'm like, okay, everything I told you, forget that. And we just watched the subbed version, which is fine.
I think on Max right now, or HBO, whatever they're fucking calling it, there's The Boy and the Heron. That is a fucking fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, tremendous. Yeah. And Robert Pattinson,
my man's.
His voice acting is insane in that.
Yeah.
I was blown away.
I've seen clips. Yeah, he got into that shit.
I think you should start with Princess Mononoke.
It's very violent. I love it.
And then you can go to Spirited Away, which is
unless you like worms.
Favorite.
Where can I watch Princess Mononoke?
I think it's on Max. I think it's on HBO.
Yeah,
bro.
I think so.
Just PIRATE.
It's got Billy Bob Thornton in it. So
Billy Bob, he's out there doing his sling blade voice.
He's a big old pig.
I want to get out there and get that big old knife. Yeah, so Spirited Away, you can watch Ponyo, which is like one of them. Like that's just an adorable ass film. You can watch what is
Howl's Moving Castle.
Howl's Moving Castle has Christian Bale in it, right? As the main character. Yeah, Totoro. Also great. There's one that he
many more.
Every one of them's like an anti-war film too, by the way. That's how his whole rhetoric.
Yeah.
You can also watch what's the Fireflies? What's it called?
Grave of the Fireflies or something like that. Absolutely not. No.
Do you want to be sad? You do.
No, you want to be more sad.
Because you're Jack, you want to be sad. Grave of the Fireflies.
The Cat Returns.
Oh, Kiki's Delivery Service.
Kiki's Delivery Service.
Are these all movies or shows?
Movies, bro.
Movies.
From Up on Poppy Hill.
That's a good movie too.
Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
What's up? Nausicaa?
Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
The Wind Rises is probably one of his best films too. Very, very sad.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, he has Studio Ghibli they have like an entire like facility you can go to, like in Japan.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You have to like literally make reservations
months in advance
to go.
Yeah.
I was very annoyed when I got there, dude.
Same. And I was
also Porco Rossi, right? Rosso, you get to see a pig pilot. And they ask him a simple questions like, why don't you come back and be a pilot with us? He's like, I'd rather be a pig than a fascist. Let's go, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Go!
But yeah, man, there's a ton of stuff you could watch, man. Like you pick, man. But we want you to watch Princess Mononoke with Brad. So fly down to Florida. Brad,
I don't think it's.
I'll pull up.
Brad will somehow rent the stuff, then you're okay. You can watch it.
Was it's currently in IMAX, but here in Pensacola they're only doing it like literally one night a month.
Yeah.
So you have time to choose the day. You have time, Jack.
And then I watched Death of the Unicorn. I know it's not anime, but pretty great movie. I enjoyed it because I
saw trailers for that. Yeah, is it good?
I knew nothing about it, and I was like, "What the crap is this?" And it's hilarious. So
isn't Paul Rudd in it?
Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
And Adam Warlock. I can never remember his name, but his character's pretty funny too.
He's super versatile, like really good British actor. They're taking their jabs.
He's an absolute dick in this movie, and it's pretty hilarious.
Dude, I loved him as Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. When he was told not to kill that one dude, he just kills him. He's like, how does she want me to talk to him? Like, what's going on? And they're trying to kill his little monster. And she goes, don't be rash. Love that shit. Did anyone not watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3? No one didn't watch it?
I watched it.
That's a good movie, dude.
I know, I love the Guardian series.
I think it's actually I think that's the only movie I haven't seen. I even seen the New World, and I'm like, why did I do that?
Is that out? That's out.
Well, I mean, it was in theaters. I don't know if it's streaming.
What you need to watch is Daredevil Born Again.
I need to watch that one.
I told Jack this. There is a scene in it. So who here has watched Game of Thrones? Like, raise your hand, please. There is a scene in if you've watched season 4 of Game of Thrones, Oberyn Martell gets his head crushed by the mountain. Okay? Very graphic scene, traumatized a lot of people. There is a scene in Daredevil Born Again. It's episode 9, final episode, where a man's head gets crushed. Part of his skull caves in, and as the Kingpin's crushing his head, he snaps his jaw pretty much in half. I have never seen that ever in a show, and I was shocked that they did it in a Disney Plus show. They aren't fucking around. That's a Daredevil Born Again, really good. Also really graphic, really bloody. So if you were like concerned about whether or not it going to Disney Plus would like make it less violent, no, because I just saw a man's head cave in.
Yeah, I'm glad Disney Plus is allowing that.
Dude, it's great, man. That's what I want. I want. All right. Does anyone have anything else to talk about? Right?
No, Bean is screaming at me.
Dog.
Look at him. He's menacing.
He looks happy. At least he's not wearing his little helmet.
Yeah.
Bow wow.
He's healed.
Bow wow, bow wow, wow.
I'm waiting on the bow wow. I see him. He's primed and ready.
He's ready to bark.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Devil May Cry for Pixelated Thoughts, Samurai Champloo for the next Down the Rabbit Hole, and then we'll just go from there. Also, if you have not played Split Fiction yet, because me and Brad played like the first 2 hours of it, that is a phenomenal game. Holy shit, dude!
Did you guys do the secret level?
Not do we? I don't know where it's at. When me and Brad were trying to figure stuff out, we're like, "What does this do?" Apparently, like Brad was like lagging a lot, though. I don't know if that's like the connection thing. I'm assuming that's
no. I think it was my computer like struggling to run the game.
Dude, it is a gorgeous ass game.
It's a fast moving game. It's a fast paced game, and
if you're not comfortable with like constant perspective flips, it happens a lot. So like you're going like upside down, sideways. I got distracted. I'm not gonna lie. There's a part where Brad and I were like supposed to be like turret shooting, and I got really distracted. I was looking at Brad's screen. I was like, "Is that me? Like, why am I missing my shots?" I was like, "What's going on here, man?"
The most distracting one was when I had to use the phone when you were driving the.
Oh my gosh, I've seen that clip so many times. That is so.
Dude,
funny.
I was like, Brad, don't fuck this up, dude.
And then we died because you crashed.
No, I did crash. I did crash the car. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode of Down the Rabbit Hole. I want to thank Chibi for talking about Windbreaker. Please do yourself a favor and watch the anime if you like fighting anime. Please leave us Please leave us a comment below if like you hate my take on solo leveling, which is completely fine because I won't read it anyway. Also, Tenchi,
I'll read it.
Why do you like Windbreaker so much? How about you leave a comment there, motherfucker?
Oof.
Whoa.
If you like the content, please consider sharing, and subscribing. This has been Down the Rabbit Hole, and we will talk to you next time.